Hello everyone. You are someone and I am someone else, and today we're going to be talking about something personal, like I did my allergic reaction to meat video, similar to that, but it's going to be more personal than that. It's not going to be anything medical related or neuropsychology related, like my dyspraxia. No, instead we're going to be talking about why I never went to college. This is a very interesting topic, I guess. I never went to college because I just wanted to work, mainly. I really didn't care. My motto in life is, I don't really care. If what people think of me, you know? I'm just sort of a guy who just doesn't, I don't care about education. Education to me, I see people with degrees that they have higher degrees than me, and they can make the same amount of money as me. Like, why should I bother? And so I've never went to college because I went to this training school, right? And I went to this training school. I became a dental assistant. Let's see if I can show you a shirt from the school. Probably not. I don't know if I have a shirt from the school. But I became a dental assistant in a state called Massachusetts. And no, this is my dental lab coat. But this was a while ago. This was like 3 years ago, maybe 4 years ago. I don't remember. But no, okay. But anyway, I became a dental assistant. And I got my high school diploma with my dental assisting little certification. And then I moved to Maryland. And when I moved to Maryland, I didn't know what I was doing with my life. I decided to work in a warehouse. Why the heck not? Amazon warehouse. Why the heck not? I like it. It's just something. I really don't care about what I'm doing all that much. And my future plans are never really to go to college. College to me, so many people think of it as the end goal to get to like the best college. They study really hard, get to the best college, and then that's sort of it. They just sort of party in college, or they study really hard, and then they don't really have an end goal, and then they end up in the same place that I do, at a warehouse. It's just so weird. I made a whole video on that. Kind of it was a few years ago. I think I made that video a year ago or 2 years ago. And I also made a really insulting, condescending video about anteaters, which I think you should check out because that is my channel. What is it called? Channel intro. So like that's the thing that pops up on my channel intro. I thought it was really funny. Other than that, college to me is not important, and people are always so concerned. They're like, "What am I gonna do?" And I'm actually gonna break down in a video series on what you should do instead of college. If you want to become a nurse or something that needs that college certification, yes, absolutely. In fact, I plan on going to college someday. But I'm so tired. That I don't ever want to do it right now. I just don't care enough about it. I'll probably do it in a year or two. And yeah, to me, I enjoy talking to people in the warehouse. I don't really need to go to school to talk to people in a different environment. You know what I mean? And again, I have dyspraxia, which people who don't know what dyspraxia is, it's hard to learn with dyspraxia. Not hard to learn, but it makes it harder for some people like me to learn. I also am a slower reader and writer, I would say, hypothetically. I mean, when I read, I don't get all the information right away, and when I write, well, my thoughts in my head and the things on the paper are not matching, you know what I mean? So, clearly there's something wrong there, and senior year high school was just that was the worst time. I just I'd go outside, and my music was the one thing that kind of kept me sane. It was like COVID, right? COVID happened, right? In high school. And I only went to high school for 7 days. For the last of the year, of senior year, I went to high school for 7 days. We canceled prom. We canceled all the good things. I could have met all the girls, but no, canceled everything. So, that's why I never went to college, because I found the whole school system to be corrupt to the bone. I didn't like the academic system in the United States. I don't think any country has a good academic system, in my opinion. We always follow the United States model, which doesn't really work very well. But that's besides the point. I ended up working at a warehouse, and I enjoy it somewhat. I talked to some random people at the warehouse, and they're studying to go to school, but I just think that some of these degrees that these people are getting, especially these computer degrees, are so volatile. Like, the industry could change on a whim, and the thing you're studying, that programming language could be outdated. And I am just worried that some of my friends are just not going to get in, you know what I mean, into that computer world. But maybe I'm wrong. Maybe they'll make a ton of money. You just have to be really, really mentally focused on that kind of stuff. And I just am not. I don't have the mental. I watch programming videos and I get so bored. I'm like, no, I'm not doing that. That's dumb. Nursing videos, I'm not interested in anything I want to do, you know, I mean, I'm not interested in the things like, again, making money and being interested, it's like, there's a spectrum, you know, being interested, you're not going to make a lot of money, and then making money is the opposite, you know, there's a spectrum there, and college kids always pick between what they're interested in, and those industries get very corrupt because their marketing is consumers, not students, are marketing to consumers, and so, again, it's just, that's why I never went to school, was because I realized that in my senior year, I'm like, wait a minute, they're just appealing to the common denominator. They're not actually appealing to people who want to make money. And there's all these middle class kids that can just throw unlimited amounts of debt and money into this stuff, and it causes a massive college bubble. The world's never seen an investment bubble like this before. And it could probably continue going, I mean, technically, unless the bondholders just decide to pull out somehow. And then the credit rating of the United States could actually go down because of it. That's something that worries me a little bit too. But you know what? We are probably the most stable, prosperous society. I don't think I want to choose a better time period to be alive. You know what I mean? But COVID really had me, I was just like, I had no friends really at senior year. I just sort of walked around my city. And, that was the best thing. I was so anxious to get out of school on that laptop, right? I would just go out there. I would just walk outside. And that's like I realized I don't need to go to college to feel happy. I just need to go outside and listen to music. I just need to go outside, take a little walk, listen to music. And, it's so different in Massachusetts than it is in Maryland. Maryland, there's no place to walk. It's so stupid. The hiking trails are only like a mile or two from my home, and they're not really that good. Meanwhile, the hiking trails in Massachusetts, well, now they're overgrown because I went back and I actually saw the hiking trails and they suck now. When they were maintaining them, there was not as many ticks and stuff, and it was so much better to walk. And so I just missed that in Massachusetts, and things have changed, obviously. In every state I've lived in, things have changed. California it's a mess. I used to live in a street with no homelessness, right? Now there's homelessness everywhere in California. I'm not saying that things are getting worse. I don't know if they are. Be honest, I think society is richer now than it was when I was a kid growing up there. But there is a more and more of a divide every year in California between the bureaucrats and the people who don't own a home. That is a big issue. And it won't be fixed anytime soon because I already talked about the Keynesian model of economics, how that will never fix homelessness. It just can't. These Californians are Keynesian. They're not going to fix it with government money. I'm sorry that burst your bubble, everyone, but they're not going to fix the homelessness problem. Even though they are the richest state in the country, and they will probably continue to be the richest state in the country for a little while longer, they still won't fix homelessness. It's just, you cannot throw money at something and expect the bubble not to burst. You just can't. If you read the theory of money and credit, you'll understand why. It's just, Keynesian economics will never work. Human behavior always works over what government planning can do. Anyway, that's besides the point, right? And so, again, I'm a kind of a theoretical economist. I'm not even an economist. I'm just some guy who reads economics as like a fun sort of hobby. I read economics I disagree with. I read economics I agree with, I'm kind of against the monetarists, but I'm also against the Austrians in both of their money policies. But I don't know what the solution is, I don't like the idea of government owned money, but I do like with the Chicagoans, okay, I shouldn't be talking about economics, but, the schools are also controlled by Keynesians, and that's why California, sucks because academia, well, not as controlled as in Massachusetts, is probably one of the second most populated states with academia. And the academic culture will destroy all the small states like Texas, like all the small state governments will get destroyed, and all these academic bureaucrats will come in, and they will destroy, and they will make the states more powerful than the individual. And I do think that it will be more post-fascist and classical fascist in our society, because you see a lot of street protests, and that's sort of what college promotes, is the block party atmosphere, street protest atmosphere. Again, I think people are too lazy to start a civil war. I actually made a whole video on that. I can't. Every time I refer to another video I've made, it's ridiculous. But yes, I just think that you don't need to go to college. I'm gonna make a playlist of videos, or not a playlist. I'll just make a bunch of videos saying why you don't need to go to college, and I'm gonna list it down. Well, first thing you could do is just work like I did. You could join the military, and then get your GED that way, or just be a career military guy, like a couple people in my family were in the military for a whole career, which I'm not opposed to that, but I just think that you're giving away a lot of rights doing that. And then third thing you could do, well, again, you could go to a trade school instead of like an actual college, and just get to the degree diploma. You don't need the actual diploma itself, like a plumber degree. Third thing is you can go to college, and most of the time your degree just won't mean anything unless you get a nursing degree. That's just the way it is. Computers change way too quickly to go get a computer degree. I just think that industry, you get burnt out so fast with doing computers that I just don't think that it's worth it. I just don't. I think the mental, even if you're making $100,000 a year, what about the next 5 years? Do you plan on putting so much mental energy into learning this computer programming language for so long? I don't think I would have the mental power to do it. I think I'd be so interested in other subjects that I wouldn't really be focused on even how to invest my money. Like, I wouldn't even know how to do that if I was so focused on that. You know what I mean? Not saying that I now know how to invest my money pretty well, but I'm just saying, like, that's ridiculous, you know? So anyway, you are someone else. I just gave up 4 paths of doing whatever, but we're going to talk more about the future. What you do when you have your job and what you do when you get rid of your job after a few decades of working. We're going to talk about that. Spoiler alert, don't stay in the United States. Leave the United States. That video will be coming up pretty soon, I think.